Hey, welcome guys. It's Robin here. So it's time for a daily tarot card reading. This is going to be for Friday, June. Okay, a couple things. I was going to say June 13th, but it is June 3rd. And the deck was upside down and I'm a hot mess. So anyway, this is going to be your general tarot card reading. I'm going to be using the Crystal Vision. So I'm going to pull a card from the Good Tarot just to see what's good for the day. I'll do a quick deck cut for you guys and let's have a... Okay, so we've had the Seven of Earth coming in quite a bit lately. And this is like telling me that there just needs to be a better plan in place. You know, you got to be looking at not just your immediate future. Your future is more than just tomorrow. So like, what are you doing to plan ahead? Okay. How many people think that the next James Bond movie should be called More Than Just Tomorrow? I think that was just brilliant. But anyway, Seven of Earth, there's a lot going on for you guys that you could be taking advantage of, you know, and if you're not quite prepared to do something like execute it physically or mentally, you can just really start daydreaming about things because daydreams become reality too. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards from the Crystal Vision and see what else is going on for you guys today. So you do have the Ace of Cups. So this is telling me that you could have just a little bit of a void in your heart. It's very interesting. And I never noticed this, and I work with this deck all the time. The stem of the cup is a dragonfly. Okay, so I really want you guys to be looking for little synchronicities like that, especially now that it's warming up, thank goodness. You should be able to see a lot more like wildlife coming in, so pay attention to dragonflies that you're seeing, any specific type of birds or insects. They could be messages from spirit guide, which is also a really strong message of the Seven of Earth. You can see the fairy there. And I think we saw this card last week and there is a definite connection to spirit coming through with it. So what I'm seeing here is that there is a little bit of a void in your emotional substance, okay? And that means that you're working really hard to tend to, and I just saw angel number 222. You're working to mend some sort of emotional breach, okay? So it's like you're just not ready on an emotional level to move forward, but meanwhile, everything else still needs to happen for you, okay? That's like they say, like the world doesn't stop moving just because you're going through something, okay? Not to minimize any sort of pain or loss that you're experiencing or have been experiencing for years, because you know the reparation of an emotional well-being can sometimes take quite a long time. So you have to give yourself the space and grace to be able to do that, but you still have to plan for what is going on in your physical life. So if you guys are falling into any sort of like a pattern where you're not ready to do things, that can really be a detriment for the rest of your life. I'm going to do a deck cut and see another card here for you. I mean, look at these two together. Now we have the Ace of Wands, which is receiving ideas, like brilliant epiphanies. It's also, when you see the wands, this is somebody that is highly capable of being able to put a plan into action, okay? Like putting it down, pen to paper, really planning things out and moving forward. So, like, and again, not to minimize, just because one thing is happening doesn't mean that the other has to stop as well. You know what I mean? You could find a certain amount of solace in actually putting your attention to something that is a little bit more physical, that is like writing out a plan, an agenda, you know, looking into just what happens in the future and start writing things down. It could actually sidetrack you a little bit and really help to fill in the cracks of any sort of emotional voids that you might have. So, you know, it's true. I know what it's like to sit around and be like absolutely in despair, but it got me nowhere. It really got me nowhere. So if you can start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then just start building up, everything should work out for you just fine. And you'll find that you're healing yourself. And then we have Temperance, okay? So there's a certain amount of sunshine that she's holding And it's actually attracting more spirit guides. So your spirit guides and your, angels, they can't really do a whole lot for you other than to hold the space for you when you are kind of laid out or like really not involved in your own life, if you're being sidetracked by something. And I know people go through a lot of stuff. I've got something going on in my family right now too, but I mean, what I'm getting here is just try not to let any sorrow or pain anchor you down, okay? Like, still force yourself to go outside and sit there and enjoy the trees and the birds and the butterflies and stuff like that. And if you have to get to the point where you're kind of scheduling that, and like if you have a handheld device, you could put that into your calendar, go outside for 5 minutes. And then when the alarm goes off, pay attention and go do that, or like go do the dishes, like start to really schedule things like this so you can bring yourself back to a little bit of a more of an equilibrium. And something very important to remember, that if this energy doesn't apply to you, then it's probably happening to somebody that you're very close to, and maybe they need the help. Maybe you need to go program their phone. Maybe you need to go and take them outside. Hey, come on, let's go sit outside for 5 minutes. And maybe the next day it can be 10 minutes. There's probably somebody that you can help if this is not referring to you, okay? So, especially for those of you that are dealing with, that's another twist that I'm just getting from my guides. You might be dealing with somebody or managing a person in your family that is like failing in their health or their mental capacity. So, the temperance could come in and really help you to navigate that, to be stronger for somebody else. And this also applies to any sort of fur baby that you might have in your home as well, so pretty deep message for you guys. So I'm going to send you love and many blessings. See you back here tomorrow, same time. Bye.